Greetings, this is Sloshworks, and welcome back to another actual gameplay video, another actual Let's Play, another actual game on the channel. The last few months have been absolutely insane. They've been rough as guts. I don't know if you people around the world know what that means, but in Australia that's not necessarily a good thing. And I started playing this one a little while back, and I absolutely completely stuffed it up because I jumped straight in. I pressed record, literally I think I'd played about 20 minutes just to kind of get used to the controls, and I jumped straight in and I completely screwed that up. I haven't had a chance to record much over the last month or two. Sick kids, in and out of hospital, all those kind of things. It is currently 5:30 in the morning. I got up at 5 so I could record because it's been a little bit difficult lately. And the thermal upgrade came out a couple of weeks ago, and I've kind of messed around with it a little bit because this is the kind of game that I can kind of leave running while the kids are running around. It's not something that I necessarily have to be here all the time, so I do know a little bit more about how to play. So we're going to start a new game. And without coffee, where would I be? So we're going to start a new game. I have a few people from the other videos who would like to be duplicants in it, and we will start from there, and hopefully we'll be able to actually kind of achieve some stuff in this one. So I decided I wanted to call this the Cuboid Hemorrhoid Asteroid. I'm just going to have to check that I spelled hemorrhoid wrong, because that's one of those words that you always think you spelled right, but it's usually wrong. Alright, so we've got the Cuboid Hemorrhoid Asteroid is the name of our colony. It was going to be the Cuboid Hemorrhoid Asteroid Experience, but you can see it doesn't fit. Now, let's look at the people. I don't think... I mean, this could actually be pretty decent to start with, because you got your cooking, you got +1 on everything. I mean, we're going to change. I don't know. Look, we don't necessarily. No, I don't like it. We're going to change it. We don't need creativity to start with. We don't need medicine to start with. Let's see what we can get. I mean, I'd definitely like someone with relatively high athletics. And digging would be... I mean, that's probably pretty decent. Hassan. 5 creativity, 3 cooking, 6 athletics. That's probably actually... I mean, the small blood is not the best. But we're probably going to take this one. So this one is going to be Marcus. Good old Marcus. I can't really 100% remember how to say your last name. Mahonen? From Finland. Absolute legend. So we got Marcus. And let's see what we can get here. I probably should have taken that Aiken. No. Cannot perform job cook. That's fine. You're not going to be cooking. Tinkering +5 is actually pretty decent. 4 construction is going to help. And the 6 strength is going to help with everything. So you are going to be the Were Paradox. Relatively new to the channel. They've been watching our hot sauce and our chili reviews and stuff like that. Now, we don't have anyone with digging. We don't necessarily need another person with creativity to start with, though. So we're gonna shuffle. I mean, that's a good creativity to start with, but we don't need it yet. +7 cooking, no, we don't need that. I mean, what would be nice is if we could get a digging construction. That would be really... I'm gonna take you. You could be Walt. Good old Walt BTB. Absolute legend of a guy. Okay, so we've got Marcus, we've got the Were Paradox, we've got Walt BTB. This is the Cuboid Hemorrhoid Asteroid. Let's jump into it. Now, as I said, I do know a little bit more about how the game works, and plus there's been the update, the thermal update, which was quite good. So let's just pause it and have a look around. We got water, 1, 2, 3, 4 little sections of water. This is pretty... Oh, we got that there too. I think I might just drop all the water down in there. Huh. We got lots of copper down there. This is full of carbon dioxide. This oxalite's going to eventually just vanish anyway. Now, I'm actually going to just start digging. So if we just do this, and see, this is going to be an issue because I don't... Yeah, I'm just going to drop all that stuff down. So we're gonna run this on normal speed for now, and I'm not going to worry about any of this to start with. But now we can actually build some stuff. I'm going to do some counting. Because we're going to get rid of the box here. But if we leave a space of 2 to there, another space of 2 to there, And another... No. And another space of 2 to there. And what have we got here? 2. So we got 2, 2, 2, 2. And I'm just going to go quickly here. And, I mean, I'm going to accept that. Because we're going to move that eventually. I'm just going to make sure that everything's kind of the same. We do need to... So if I go... Actually, we're just going to let it run. Now, I'm going to explain a few of the things that I'm going to do as we go here on the Cuboid Hemorrhoid Asteroid. But we're going to let this run for just a little bit. Because I have learned a few little tricks of the trade. Okay, this is... I'm going to try and do it. Why are we stressed? Walt, what are you doing being stressed already? You're stressed because you got dirty hands. Like, why are you stressed? What could you possibly have a problem with? Decor expectation. What is your decor expectation? What is it? What do you expect, my friend? What do you expect? I don't know. I actually did... Oh, so here it is. You expect 10. That's really not that bad. I mean, it's not the best, but you've got some things there already. I am going to just quickly get that across there and that across there, just so that they can actually go. We're gonna... you know what? Let's just do it. Just do it now. We'll just get these built, and we're going to leave a gap of 2 there at the end of that one, and a gap of 2 there. And this is just so I can remember what we're doing. That's going to be there. But we are actually going to just quickly go over here, and hopefully very soon we will be able to chuck a outhouse down, and that's... Come on. We're going to try and take this a little bit slow. I have found that... I mean, I did do one run where I got about 12, 14, 15 duplicates, and that actually proved to be one of the worst decisions I'd actually made. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dig all of this out there. I'm going to put the priority up on that just so that's done. And we've got 1, 2, 3 beds, which is good. What duplicate temperature? Help them keep their cool. So who's hot? There's something floating around there. It's probably carbon dioxide that's actually making things go. Now, we're going to try and get research started as soon as possible, although I have realised that there's no one there that can really research. So I'm going to take cooking... This is what I was meant to do before. So we're going to take a lot of this stuff off. You can do that. You can do that. No power for you. I'm not going to get you to do any... No, sweeping's fine. I think... We'll turn repair off on that. These things will probably change as we go. But once we've got this going here, let's just make sure that we don't have things falling down from the roof, because it's gonna mess us up. We'll actually put this to a 6, just so we know what's going on. And I'm going to put 9 on the toilet, because we don't actually have a toilet yet. And I just realised what we really need to do is just quickly do this, and we're just gonna... I tried really hard not to be putting things on 9, but apparently... I can't let go of this idea that, you know, I want you to do specific things right now. So if you do this right now, we can put all of the organic waste in there. And I found that's a really good way to... See, this is going to fall by itself. But, if we do this, and we just get that down to there... See, that's falling... Oh, perfect. That's falling by itself. And we can just over here and get that, and that'll all run down there. And that'll actually give us a massive lot of water down there, which is going to be quite useful. And I might come down and drop it all down here, but we'll make an actual kind of box for it first. This is going to be for organic only. There we go. And just because we don't have any other ones, I'm going to chuck... I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is probably a good start. We won't probably need all of them straight... Oh, my alarm's going off. So we probably won't need all of them straight away, but it's good to have. So we're building this down. We're going to drop this. So we're going to get rid of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And I'm just going to grab those as we go, just so we can get some of those seeds. But everything should be fine after that. So we're going to let that run. What are we on? Still got 24,000 calories, so you don't really have to worry about food too much to start with, but it is good to get there as soon as you can. So yeah, this is one of the problems. As you're building, you need to kind of keep track of the stuff falling from the roof, because if you don't, no organic for you. You can actually end up blocking some of your important buildings, and especially at the start, that can be quite an issue. Now, these little dudes, they eat resources and poop out coal, which can be good. I just realised I have not actually looked to see how much algae we've got. Got all that. Got all that. Got a big chunk over there. Fairly big chunk there. I found that these buried objects are quite often seeds. We've got a little bit there, but that's mixed with the chlorine. We don't want to get there yet. This is some of the new stuff. No mechans. The ice, which is actually pretty cool. And there is... I can't see one at the moment, but they do have vents now. And, not vents, geysers. If we can find a geyser, we've got a permanent source of oxygen, essentially. So if you look here, you can see you've got polluted ice and ice. So these are all liquefiable, and oh, that's a wheezewort seed. So they grow into those, and you can use them to mess with temperature. Let's just make sure that that's all right. So yeah, we've got plenty of algae down here, and we've got plenty of space down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do this, and I'm just going to just do that to start with, just so that we've got an actual kind of idea in our heads of how big things are. And most of this stuff is just for me to make sure that I know what's going on. So we've still got plenty of food because we're finding seeds around the place, so that's fine. Let's actually open this. So 680 kilograms of algae. I mean, it's not perfect, but we're really not generating a whole pile of anything yet. So we'll just go in here. Can you pick that up, please? Look, I want this done. This and this. Just do that first so that we've actually got something. I can put stuff in. So all but no organic. All but no organic. All but no organic. And I am thinking... I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I mean, we could... do that. And I mean, that'll help us, I guess. But really what we need to start focusing on now, once all this is done... we've still got 0 stress, which is good. What have we got here? 700 seconds, so quite a while. Let's get ourselves a research station, a supercomputer, and... So let's just do this to start with, because that'll actually get everything there, and that's actually an exceptionally good idea, because algae's really important, especially at the early stages of the game. We will have to start factoring in the research as we go to make sure that we actually pick the right ones. But if we do chuck... Look, say if we put a battery here and here, and we put a manual generator over here, I'm trying my best in this playthrough to use my intelligence, my brain. Ah, it's the cats. I thought it was one of the children. Because I have discovered that if you do put all of your circuits on the same thing, they will overload, and you're not going to have much of a chance, because it really does become quite an issue. So now I have dropped a lot of water there, and that's gonna make more. So let's... I mean, it's okay. Look, if we just do this like that, and we just empty that a bit, they will definitely... Like, the water can run down there, and that's okay. We can work with it from there. That'll be fine. Okay. I know we don't have a food source. That's fine. I guess I can just drop it down. So we will have a food source there. And our ration box is fine up there to start with. Let's just jump, grab our electrical wire, and go there. Now, look, let's just do it. We won't necessarily make all of this straight away. Oh no, we weren't going to do that. Let's cancel buildings. Sometimes you end up cancelling everything and it really stuffs you up. So you do have to kind of focus, which is never my strongest suit. good old focusing. So the water's actually running down all over the place. Let's just chuck this ladder up a little bit, and then you can grab that algae as well, because we do want... Oh, they're all just sitting in the water. How did I manage to do that without really thinking about it? Let's have a look at some priorities. I'm going to try, yeah, in this playthrough, I'm going to desperately try not to put as many things on 9 as I have in the past, because by doing that, you do actually get yourself a bit stuck, because you find it very hard as the game goes on to actually get them to do what you want. So I think it's really a good idea not to focus too much on putting things on 9, but 6 is good so when you put new things in, you don't have to necessarily worry. I kind of think that some of the other stuff should have been 7, but let's just let this run, because we don't actually, as I said, have anybody who can really research. We've got 0 on everybody, so I'm kind of hoping that when this comes through in 300 seconds, that we'll get somebody who can actually do research. Otherwise, we'll just have to pick a random person to make that. We've still got 30,000 calories, so we really don't need to worry about food, because we did find all of this muckroot and stuff. And do I need to worry? No, we've got heaps of algae. Absolutely heaps. I love how this is melted. There's just a tiny little bit of polluted water in there. We got lots of. Well, there's always lots of sandstone at the beginning. As you get further out, there's much less though. Meccans, do you really want to get up? Come on then, hurry up. Oh, it's 6 in the morning, Meccans. Come on. I'm trying to... No, you have to get down. You're being a bad cat. Bad cat. Alright. Now, that water's... I know it looks like that water's a big issue, but... if we just do this, and... we do this, make that a 9. And then we're just going to make this a 9. As soon as that's done. There we go, 9. And everything will be fine from here. Watch this. All that water should run straight down into what we put down below, so we're not going to have to worry about it dripping over everything else anymore. Which is probably a good idea. I'd like to think so. So I'm going to put a lot of them out there, but I'm actually going to make them from there a 3. So I know they're not going to get done at all without me wanting them to. We may have to do this and this. No, you've got to leave that one. Yep, cool. So by doing that, we will... No, I want all... Man, just do all of it. So by doing that, we will actually get all of that algae. We've got the water down there. That's going to keep running down there. That's giving us some more space to actually build in, which is good as well. Why is that breaking? I can't remember why that would have been breaking. I don't know. Let's have a look at the oxygen, actually. Oh, combat. What's happening? Where's combat? Okay, everybody attack that. We're too low level. We don't want any of this nonsense. Okay, we got him. He has become 2 lots of meat, so that's actually more food as well. I know that we don't have enough oxygen. Thank you. So if we go to the temperature, look how cold it is here. It's absolutely freezing. And like, that's -7 degrees, -26 degrees. That is brilliant. Alright, no, I know about fetching water, that's fine. Alright. Now we're going to go 9. We're going to do this. We're just going to go up here and have a look. Please have somebody with research. Look at these people. Okay, Stinky. Good old Stinky. Now, we've seen Stinky a few times. He's an narcoleptic. He can't dig. That's fine. He moves as quickly underwater as they do on land. He is a vomiter, though. What's uncultured again? He doesn't like a lot of that. See, look at this, though. 4 cooking, 7 athletics. No, I want this one. And this is going to be my good friend, Burnt Brian, because he's a cook. And he can be our researcher as well. So I'm just going to jump in here. I'm going to take away all of those. He can be combat, cooking, researching. And, I mean... And he can harvest as well. He can harvest. And everyone should mop. Everyone should mop, if necessary. Okay, so... If I chuck that up on 8, and that up on 8... and I do... research we're going to get to start with, because we do need to work towards the biodistiller, which is there, which is advanced filtration. We're not going to necessarily go for that. We're going to go farming first, which is always good. Oh, actually, no, which one should I go for first? They can be really expensive, the heavy watt wire, even though they're actually really, really good. Yeah, we're going to go with the farming first. I don't think there's any point whatsoever in you being there right now. So I'm just going to disable that building, because you're not going to be doing any good whatsoever by doing that, because none of this stuff over here... Look, just do it, alright? Just get everything. This is what I mean by I have a bad habit of just like do 9s. And when I've got, you know, some 9s on some algae deodorizers and some... what's the other one called? The deoxidizer and the algae terrariums and stuff. When I've got... Okay. You guys are idiots. You guys are idiots. You did it to me again. I almost didn't notice that, but they do it all the time. They get themselves stuck. And it's really frustrating. Can you build the things there for me so that you guys can't fall in again? Excellent, you did it. How good is that? They actually did it for a change. And they managed to get out just in time to go to bed. How good did that work out? That actually worked out incredibly well. So we've dropped all that water down there. We've dropped all of that water down there. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll give us that. Got a lot of copper there, which is really, really good. A lot of copper. So we can clear this out. We can make a couple. I'm thinking of making a couple of really big reservoirs at the bottom. You'll see why in the next couple of episodes when we get to the point where we're actually making. Actually, that is probably what we should do. We should work towards lavatories. But even for that, you do need your power first anyway, because otherwise there's no point. Okay, so if we get farming, because it's always a good start, and then we'll get liquid piping, power regulation, then we'll get we'll grab sanitation, then advanced filtration, and then we'll work through gas piping, because we don't necessarily need that yet, and then interior decor. Yep, I know what we're going to do. That's fine. The water's still dripping down, which is excellent. What do you run up there for? Oh god, we are running out of air. So I guess if we just chuck down one of these, and we get the electrical wire and go like this, and that's not going to help us if that's not working. Why is Burnt Brian idle? Okay, Burnt Brian, you can't dig, but you can build and you can deliver at the moment. That'll give you something to do, because being idle is never a good thing, but he can deliver stuff for us. And we can enable that, and hopefully these things will get done first. Let's just chuck it on 9, because even though I say that I'm not going to put things on 9, I do, and that is one of my problems. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with all of this at the moment. Oh, he's narcoleptic. Brian is having a narcoleptic nap. Narcoleptic nap is what he's doing. But it'll be alright. Now, we've got 31,000 calories, so we don't need to worry about that. I want you to do that one. But it's still got no power? What do you mean no wire connected? There's totally a wire really? Okay. Chuck that on a 9. That's what I mean. Like, now that I've got it on a 9, hopefully it'll actually get done. So he's going to run... Somebody going to do it? Somebody? Somebody? Oh, Brian, you're doing it yourself. Alright, so we're just going to make the... No, we're going to click there. We're going to fabricate that. It's going to be on 9. Brian is going to stop being on deliver and build. Yes, I know my alarms are going off. That's absolutely fine. So he's going to deliver the stuff required to start researching. He's going to start researching. Having some planter pots, planter box, well, that'll be easier to say, to start with is a really good idea as well. Even if you just drop a few down to start with, like 3 or 4, it does make a huge world of difference. We do have 32,000 calories of food though, so we should be absolutely fine. We've got the batteries there. Now, if we look at the decor, you can see batteries take it down to 11 each. And I will move this down. May as well just do it. Is it in here? Here. So we're just actually going to move this one down, and we're just going to drop it there. Put that up on an 8, and then once that's done, we're actually going to get rid of this. I think... yeah, we'll just do that. And then we'll fix all that up after. Get rid of that. And go to there. Groovy. So he's delivering some stuff here. I mean, we're going to be digging all this out eventually, so we may as well kind of get started, because there is a lot of copper up here and we will be needing it. But if we just do this, not that one. And whatever goes is fine. He is still researching. We're still fine on food. What have we got? 1,200 seconds for the next one. I don't like you being there. Let's get rid of you. It's attack for 9. Now, we will need to get a medical station, because we are kind of getting more involved in combat than we should, and it's actually quite bad for their stress. Why is Brian stressed? Where is Brian? Where is Brian? Oh, he's up there next to the toilet. Okay. Actually, because this is something that's happened to me many times before, let's just get another toilet built as quickly as possible, because that can actually end up causing huge issues in the future. Now, I'm just going to take that down to 7, because we don't need to be doing that as much, and I'm just going to check that on 8. And have both of those on 9, because we want to get the research done as quickly as possible, but we do only have one person doing it, so that should actually be fine. It should work itself out. I think, actually, this is probably a pretty good spot to leave this one. Combat again? Really? So we're just going to go on there and we'll attack it, because I don't like them. The fact that we're just getting random combat's not something that's good at this point of the game at all. So we'll just do that. So anyway, as I was saying, this is probably a really good place to leave this one. So this is the new season, the new series of Oxygen Not Included. This is the thermal update. And I do know a lot more about how the game works now. So it should be a lot more interesting. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So we do have another 2 slots, maybe we'll go to 6 duplicates, maybe we'll go to 7. So if there any more of you guys would like to actually be in the game, I do have another couple of slots left over, and who knows, at the end we may push it to 10 duplicates and see how badly it goes. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Massive apologies on the delays lately, but as I've said many times this year, hopefully that's the end of those, and I'm really hoping that I'm right this time. Yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Any hints or questions or suggestions or whatsoever, please do leave them down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time.